Powerhouse, presented by Alliant Energy.
Alliant Energy, we're on for you.
Welcome back to Powerhouse. Radiant heating isn't new technology, but it is making a comeback in new homes. Instead of circulating heat by moving the air in the room, radiant heating systems heat objects, including people. Let's go in and talk with Jeff Parker of Parker Plumbing and Heating. He's installing one of these systems now. Whoa! Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Megan.
You're much farther along than I thought you would be.
Well, things are going pretty smooth.
So tell me about this. What are you doing right now and what comes next?
Well, we're installing the PEX tubing to circulate the hot water from our high-efficiency boiler that we're going to put over there in the other room.
A boiler. So you have to have a boiler to run the water through.
Boiler or some type of heat source.
Okay. This piping is really solid. This isn't going to leak, is it?
No, and it's actually got a warranty of over 20 years.
That's great. Okay, so what happens next?
Well, as we staple this piping down, we're going to continue to put the loops into this room here.
And I see that you're doing that there's a method to your madness here, isn't there?
Yeah, you want to space them evenly so that you have even heat throughout the whole room.
And then what goes over this?
A lightweight gypcrete. It's like a concrete mix.
Right. How is that going to totally cover this piping?
It'll be 3/4 over the top of this piping that you see here.
So it's just going to look like a concrete floor when you're done?
Yeah, it will.
And then what goes over that?
Well, right here they're going to put tile, and in the other room they're going to put carpet or whatever they want to.
So you can put carpet, hardwood, tile. Which is the most efficient?
Tile.
Is it?
Yeah.
I imagine it holds the heat a lot better. So here's a question for you. This is obviously a new home. Is this
Yeah.
something that I could apply to an old home?
Sure.
Really?
Yes.
How's the process different?
Well, you'd want to probably staple it up underneath the floor versus what we're doing here is putting it on top of the floor.
Right.
There's also a possibility of putting it in a ceiling.
Wow. Something for people to think about. It's really efficient.
Sure is.
Good. Well, I'm going to let you get back to work.
All right, thanks.
Thanks. The most common form of radiant floor heating uses electric cables or small tubes of hot water embedded in a concrete floor or under a tiled floor. Or they can be attached to the underside of a subfloor. And those who have it claim radiant heat is the most comfortable kind of heat. Radiant floor systems produce even heating throughout the whole floor. The room heats from the bottom up, warming the feet and the body first. Radiant floor systems are also very quiet because there's none of the blower fan noise that you find in traditional forced hot air systems. Radiant heat also eliminates the draft and the dust problems associated with forced air heating systems. And this even heat distribution adds up to lower heating bills too. With radiant floor heating, you can set the thermostat several degrees lower because the entire surface of the floor radiates about the same amount of heat as the human body, making us feel warm even though the air temperature might only be 65. Radiant floor heating also makes it possible to reduce boiler temperatures, which makes them last longer. In fact, a 45-year life isn't unusual. Plus, energy savings of from 15 to 20% over a forced air system is quite common. Hot water systems are the most popular and cost-effective systems for climates where heating is important. And these radiant floor systems pump heated water from a boiler through polyethylene tubing laid underneath the floor. The temperature in each room is controlled by regulating the flow of hot water through the tubing loop. This is done by a system of zoning valves or pumps and thermostats. Although ceramic tile is the most common floor covering for radiant floor heating, almost any floor covering can be used. It's important to note that carpet can insulate the floor, but it also reduces or slows the heat entering the space from the floor system. As a result, you save less on your energy bill. If you want carpeting, use a thin carpet with dense padding and install as little carpeting as possible. You might be wondering about wood. Solid wood flooring can be used, but many radiant floor installers recommend using laminated wood flooring instead of solid wood. This reduces the possibility of the wood shrinking and cracking from the drying effects of the heat. And the price tag to enjoy the ultimate heating system? About $4 to $6 per square foot. That adds up to $7,500 for a 1,500 square foot house compared to a traditional forced air natural gas furnace that would run around $2,500. But remember, the energy savings will be high too, 15 to 20%. When we come back, we'll show you how to save money by replacing your incandescent bulbs with compact fluorescent bulbs. Don't go away.
If you really want luxury, radiant heating can be embedded into your driveway. It'll mean no more shoveling snow in winter. Let's take a look at an unusual home.
Hello, my name is Jody Eastman. I'm from West Des Moines, Iowa, and I want to invite you to take a look at my pyramid home in Clear Lake, Iowa.
A pyramid in the middle of Iowa? Well, you might think that sounds odd, but it's true. This amazing home is 5,500 square feet with 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and is located in Clear Lake, Iowa. On the top of the structure, 45 feet high, is a 20 by 20 pyramid-shaped skylight that floods the whole house with sunlight. You might think with all the additional sun it really gets hot at the top, but it's actually very comfortable, thanks to a specially designed heating and cooling system that removes hot air from the top of the dome, cools it, and then recirculates it. Because of the sloping exterior walls that create the pyramid shape, the walls are amazingly thick, 3 to 4 feet in some places, creating a super insulated space and creates a barrier from the outside, providing an extremely comfortable temperature all year long. The thick walls also provide a great sound barrier from any outside noises. The windows, and there are a lot of them, are placed on all 4 sides to allow breezes to cool the home. And of course, they take advantage of the great lakeside views. The house is also laid out in an efficient manner, with all the bedrooms on the lower level of the house, so it's naturally cooler where people are sleeping. And if it's cold out, the floors are heated with a radiant floor heating system that provides an even and comfortable temperature for all the rooms. The second and third floors of the house are the living areas and have the best views to be enjoyed during the day. The pyramid theme has been carried out in many of the details, from the staircase up to the third floor sitting room to the triangle windows placed throughout the house. Even the large open kitchen is a big triangle. The home is actually a second home for owner Jody Eastman, and he rents out the house when he's not using it. If you've always wanted to visit the pyramids in Egypt and can't afford the trip, try a getaway to the Pyramid House instead.